Students, welcome to my channel. In this video, I have explained calculation of credit sales and total sales. Exercise 10 to 13. Don't skip the video, watch fully. If you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe. If these videos are useful, please share with your friends. See, for the calculation of credit sales and total sales, we prepare total debtors account. If any information about bills receivable is given, we prepare bills receivable account also. First, let us see who are debtors and what is bills receivable. Debtors and bills receivables arise from credit sales. So, debtors are the persons who receive benefits without giving money but they pay later. If we draw bills on these debtors, then that is called as bills receivable. If the bills receivable is dishonored, then again they will become a debtor and this will be transferred to debtors account. Now we'll see the total debtors account and bills receivable account format. See, both total debtors and bills receivable debit balance. It is an asset. These are asset items. So it has a debit balance. So whatever items increase the debtors will be recorded on the debit side, and whatever items reduce or decrease the debtors will be recorded on the credit side. Now see, the first one is with opening balance. Okay, so this is the opening balance of the debtors, and see then the customers, the debtors start paying their cash, and then and sometimes they pay through check. So suppose if the check is bounced, dishonored, and they will be a debtor. Okay, so till they pay the money, they will be a debtor. So whatever item increase the debtor, we will record on the debit side. Okay, now discount received, this also reduce the debtor, so we are recording on the credit side. Sales return or return inward will reduce the debtors, so we write that. Bad debts, this is in irrecoverable debts, so that also reduce the debtors, so we are writing here. And next is we draw bills on some debtors. If their bills receivable is bounced or dishonored, again they will be transferred to this total debtors account. And then some on the newly some debtors we might have drawn a bill, so that amount we have to show here. So some debtors have accepted the bill and they will be maintained from the bills receivable account, so this will also reduce the debtors, so credit side we write. And the closing balance. See, if you get any information in the question about the bills receivable, so you have to first prepare bills receivable account. From there you have to find the how many debtors have accepted the bills, and from them how much bills we have received, that amount we should find out and we should bring it here, and then we have to prepare the total debtors account. Now I will show you the bills receivable account format. See, here only few items are there. See, as it has a debit balance, debit side only you have to start. Here also, when the bills receivable is increased, the items which increase bills receivable will be recorded on the debit side, and the items which reduce or decrease the bills receivable account will be recorded on the credit side. So opening bills receivable, and when we start receiving cash from these bills receivable, then that we will record on the credit side. And these bills are dishonored, so we will transfer to sundry debtors account. So we should write like this. And closing balance, when you balance this account, you will find the bills received, newly accepted bills from our debtors. Okay, now we'll see the sum. 10th sum. See, find out credit sales. Here they have first you read the sum. What are the information given? Here debtors on 1st April, cash received from debtors and discount allowed, returns inward, and here no information about bills receivable. So directly we can prepare total debtors account. Now just see total debtors account. The opening balance I have shown with the arrow mark. See this opening balance, you should write it on the debit side, and the remaining everything, cash received from debtors, and then discount allowed, return inwards, and closing balance, all the items will be recorded on the credit side. Now the credit side will be having higher total, so we will total it and put it, we'll find the balance that would be the credit sales, 2,80,000. And now next is sum number 11. In this sum also, when you read the sum, here they have asked us to find the total data sales. Total sales also we should find the credit sales by preparing the total debtors account, and in the question they will give another information, cash sales. So with the cash sales we should add the credit sales, then we will get the total sales. So first here we'll see in this sum also there is no information about bills receivable, so total debtors we can prepare easily. Okay, so opening balance will be on the debit side, 1,30,000, and the remaining items, cash received and sales returns, bad debts, closing balance, everything you should write it on the credit side. Now you have to balance. Now the difference between credit side and debit side is 5,40,000, that is credit sales. Now in the question they have asked us to prepare total sales, find out the total sales. So now you have to, below this you should show the calculation. Total sales is equal to cash sales plus credit sales. So cash sales is given as 4,60,000 plus 5,40,000 we found from the total debtors account, and these two should be added. So please remember children, you should not write cash sales anywhere in debtors account or in bills receivable. It will come after you find the credit sales, it should be added with the credit sales to find the total sales. Now we'll see the next sum. Here the sum is only we have to prepare bills receivable account to compute the amount bills received from the debtors. Okay, so here only bills receivable, you know the format of bills receivable. So first you record the opening balance 1,40,000 and cash received from the bills receivable, and bills receivable at the end of the year, and the bills dishonored will be transferred to debtors account. So now you are balancing. Now you can find out on how many debtors. Okay, some debtors, on some debtors we have drawn a bill, so that amount will be found out now. So that is 4,80,000 is the answer. Now next, the last sum, 13th sum. Here calculate total sales. Here when you read the sum you can understand bills receivable information also given. So first, if you get the information of bills receivable, first you should prepare bills receivable to find how many debtors have newly accepted the bills, and from them how many bills we have received, how much amount of bills we have received, that we should find out. So first, bills receivable account. So the opening balance of bills receivable is 60,000. On the credit side, cash receipt for bills receivable 1,60,000. And here you remember bad debts will not come. Only 5 items. Okay, credit side only 3 items will come, and on the debit side only 2, that is balance brought down, and you have to find the bills received, that is balancing figure. Okay, now just see cash received from bills receivable, and then bills dishonored you should write as a debtors. Okay, bills dishonored, so again we are transferring them to debtors account, and closing bills receivable. So now when you balance these two, you will get 2,05,000 as a bills received, and this 2,05,000 you should write it on the credit side. Here you are writing on the debit side, isn't it? So when you transfer to that, you should write it on the credit side of the total debtors account. I'll show in the next slide. See here. Yeah. Now we prepared the bills receivable. Now we are going to see the total debtors account. So here also first opening balance you have to write, and bills dishonored that you write on the debit side, and then next is cash received from the debtors 7,25,000 on the credit side, bad debts 30,000 you should write, return inward you should write on the credit side, and this 2,05,000 from the bills receivable account I have brought it here. I have shown the arrow mark. Please just note this 2,05,000 you should write. When you write in the total debtors account, you should write by bills receivable. But when you write in the bills receivable account, you should write debtors account. Okay, and then closing debtors you should write 2,40,000. So when you balance these two, you will get credit sales 9,85,000. Now the question is to calculate total sales. So cash sales is given, that you have to bring it, and you should add cash sales and credit sales. Now you will get the total sales. Okay students, I hope this video will be useful to you. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe.